I am Barrett Cobb, Principal, Roosevelt-Wilson in Texas City ISD. My campus levels are kinder through fourth. I find that before Happy Numbers, it was trying to get kids engaged after the Tier 1 instruction, finding good practice, things that they like to do. And Happy Numbers is a program that they enjoy working with. And the growth we've seen from it's been pretty fantastic. But the first hurdle is getting kids to find something that they enjoy working on. And that's been something that Happy Numbers has been great for us with. So there is another campus in my district that scores really high. And, you should be listening to others and asking, what are some things you do? Happy Numbers was one of those things. And it's not something I had tried before. And we're in an A campus also. We've performed really well. But I like to look and see and try out and listen to my staff members, my teachers who tell me the kids are really engaged. They really enjoy working in this program. Happy Numbers has been a piece that they've implemented with very little effort. Now, we're still trying to get to know reports and how to look and find things, but I am telling you, we're getting better and better. And our MAP scores, which obviously that's a comparison that we do in our district and elsewhere, our grade levels have performed at or above all the other campuses in my district. So it's been a big part of that. It's something that we have become better at looking at data-wise. And it's not just we put kids on a program and then they go. We are looking at, as we get better, those reports to try to figure out. And we occasionally create assignments separate from spiraling, based upon TEKs and things that they need to know to prepare them. So I've been a principal for a while, and I've been the highest up until 2 years ago, a B campus, which is still considered very good. But since implementing, I could maybe tie in a few other things, but I have to say the only constant is that we added Happy Numbers to what we do on a regular basis. And it could be that thing that takes us over the top to go from a B to an A, because it is constant. And it is something that we're looking at on a regular basis and having those discussions. And even now, conversations with teachers, to have conversations with other teachers is all about, how did you do that? How did you implement beyond the spiral element so that now teachers know how to really use it more than just one platform? Well, they've all benefited, but certainly the data, when you pull it, if you go through and look at beginning of year to end of year assessments, huge growth. If you go and look at comparison, like with TIA/MAPS, STAR, those grade levels, especially third and kinder, performed at the highest levels. We saw growth everywhere, but there were some groups that didn't have any students in the red, that were significantly below level. As a matter of fact, almost all were at or above level. And it's just how they practice. It's using it in the right place and looking at that. My teachers have binders that have all of their data in it, including Happy Numbers. It is not something that you just say, go work on. It is something with purpose. And I feel like that's really helped our campus. And that is one thing I can say is different going from a B to an A, is that we're using Happy Numbers at a high amount. I do. They like working in Happy Numbers. I feel like they're really engaged, and you get less of the or no, or it's like, okay, so it's definitely a positive. And if you're You're wanting a child to be able to work independently while you're pulling small groups and working with students. You want them to be engaged and enjoy it. And I do see that that is what is occurring at a really high level. I mean, the fact that they enjoy it so much is the most important thing, that there's no resistance with it and they gladly get on and work. It's really us. We're driving the purpose. And if the kids feel like we're looking at the data and we're talking to them about it, then it becomes even more important. And I do see that being, because I've seen many campuses who will go in and go get on such and such and work for 45 minutes. And that's all that's ever done. But with us, we have discussions and conversations. So for example, going in and looking at skill usage, and we go and we see, here's a student who's all green, except for this one area is red. So obviously a data-driven campus is going to go in and say, come here, come talk to me. Let's look at this and the examples. I've now grown a child that otherwise would have just been left to go work in a program for a little bit. But it gives you information if you're willing to look at it and then do something about it. And again, the kids enjoy it a lot. So they're not fighting you on that. They're getting on it and they're working. Well, the fluency practice is where we started. And as we've gotten to know happy numbers, it becomes looking at skills and trying to figure out where I can grow my kids. Because when I look at all of my kids, I've got students that are gifted and talented, and I have bilingual students and special education students and just gen ed students, and they're all in different places. And if I put everybody and lump everybody together, it doesn't always fit that way. So when you look at the skills report, it's telling you what that individual child needs. And then of course, if the teacher is pulling the class report, they're able to pull some likes and similarities. So their small groups adjust a little bit based upon that information. Again, that's kind of our purpose, is lots of small groups based upon something, always going to be data. And they do the same thing with happy numbers. There's not going to be anything that we use that we don't go back and we look specifically at how the students are doing there. And I think just as a fluency practice, that is a great start. But in the end, when you're really looking at all the reports tell you what you need to do next. Well, I have all grade levels like it. They enjoy the process of, and again, we're still getting to learn all the components of it. But we're getting better at that, and our teachers are having discussions. I'm having them talk together. Where we're having the bigger growth is to go and have a conversation. If there's someone who's maybe had less or they're newer and they've not really gotten the hang of how you look at the reports yet, that's part of like my leadership, is I'm having to make sure they get that opportunity to have those discussions. I'm getting better at reports. I mean, when I did my end of the year faculty meeting, I pulled up happy numbers reports to show how good it looked from beginning of year to end of the year, and how so little red you saw across the campus. And we had some grade levels that were 2.1 grades above where they started. That's pretty amazing. Well, there are two campuses that scored an A in the state of Texas. And I first was introduced to happy numbers through that other principal who scored and who has scored an A for 2 consecutive years, maybe 3 for her, 2 for me. And that's a collaborative effort. As you know, campuses start asking, how are you doing this? A lot of them want a quick fix. There's never, ever a quick fix. But when you can explain something as well as I can with happy numbers, just to say that impact, then from my end, it's a great data point that I see, and I hope the other principals will see that as well, at how impactful it can be. trying to find students that get engaged without very little effort is from the teachers to try to convince them to do something. Once they get on it once or twice, it seems to me like they're hooked, like they really enjoy it. And so getting that particular point and having principals follow through with how to use it, then you're looking at 3 or 4 campuses in and around an A level if they do the right practices to get them there. Math is difficult, and I've been looking at some of the scores coming across, and our scores and the other elementary I'm talking about, our scores are really excellent comparatively. And the two thing for our campus is going to be happy numbers, and that has been a big piece for her campus and my campus. Well, I mean, I've been a principal for a while, education starting my 37th year. And so I've seen things come and go. I've seen certain things that maybe have a good piece and then not something over on the other side that works as well. I feel like Happy Numbers really has the whole package to where you are getting your fluency, which students lack a lot these days. Then they're getting the checks with skills that a teacher can go back and look when they're looking at individual skills they're covering and the TEKs that they're covering. It's really been a good piece for us to go back and look beyond just the fact that the kids like it. That's the first hurdle. And again, I feel like that has been something that has stirred in the teachers and the kids the happiness of Happy Numbers. Well, I've already emailed my superintendent to say I would like to get 3 other campuses involved. We're going to be mentoring new principals, and I would love for them to have that as part of their routine that they're using with their students. Like I said, programs come and go. Some have stayed around and some are very impactful. And there's a lot of marketing out there that says this is great and you need to use it, and it doesn't work. And then there are things that are tried and true that you have data to support. And I'm very much a data-driven principal, and all of my decisions are made based upon performance. And I mix in, okay, yeah, they do like it, but what is the performance that they're, my data that I have is actual data that I've collected, not a marketing tool that just says, hey, it's going to be great. It's really, within my packets of stuff that I put for teachers, it contains Happy Numbers is in there to show them how impactful it is. And it's something that we are going to continue this next year.